Hi everyone, I'm Angela and welcome back to my channel, La Lunar Ray. So today's video is a good video and I'm so excited to bring it to you because it is chock full of great information to help you use every new moon and every full moon to personalize it according to your birth chart so that you can really boost your manifestation. I'm so excited to teach you how to do this. Now, of course, this is how I do it. I'm sure maybe there's other ways of doing it, but whatever, this works for me and I can't wait to show you how to do it. Alright, so just stay tuned. One thing I want to point out about working with moon energy is that during the new moon, what the energy represents then is a time to really plant seeds, things that you want to manifest into your life and really kind of take the time to kind of make your wishes known to the universe. During the full moon, what's happening is the moon is shining its light on your life, and now all the energy is heightened and there's so much clarity that you can really tap into and bring into your life using the abundant energy that the moon is bringing on all of us. And so that's what you want to do with the full moon energy. Really tap in and use it and bring that beautiful energy into your life. So that's what you do with the new moon and with the full moon. So there's going to be a lot of information in this video, but my goal for you is to be able to concise this information down so that it's in small bite-sized pieces that are easy to understand, digest, and run with. My hope for you is that you'll be able to manifest your heart's desires with this information, okay? But not even just your heart's desires. I really want you to be able to manifest things in your life that you need that you don't even realize you need. But how? How is that even possible? How can I do that? How can you do that? It's your birth chart. Your birth chart is the key. That's where all the information is so that you can really personalize all of your intention work every new moon and every full moon. Now, YouTube is full of wonderful videos every new moon and every full moon about how the planetary alignment is affecting our lives today. And they're great videos. I watch a lot of them to really try to understand what's going on. But that information is very generalized, and really what I want to teach you is how to personalize what's going on in the sky and what that means for you and the energy surrounding you in your life, okay? So that's this information is according to your birth chart, and the birth chart can be a scary thing to look at and try to understand. Now, I am just giving you a basic foundation of how to read certain parts. This is by no means an in-depth thing that's going to be super hard to understand. So relax. It's going to be really, really easy. It's just simple little pieces that you need to do this. And of course, like I said, this is just the foundation. What I really think is best is that you take this little basic information that I give to you and really personalize it. Really, truly make it your own, because I truly believe the secret ingredient to anything you do is you. Your touch. Make it yours, make it your own, and it will always be magical if you do it that way. Number one, what I do when I first get started, when I know that there's for instance, there's a full moon coming up, because the last one was a new moon, but truly, I don't know what day the full moon is on, I don't know what sign it's going to be in, so I'm going to need that kind of information, right? Where do I start? Apps. I've got two major apps that I check before I even begin to work out my intention work for the next coming moon energy that I want to work with. So one of my favorite apps is the full moon app. Now, I have the iPhone and it's called full moon app. I'm not sure what it's called on other phones, but this is the app. Right now we've got a waxing crescent moon, and it lets me know that the next full moon is going to be, I believe it says 9 days, and it lets me know it's going to be in Gemini. So this is a great app to work with. What I really like about this app, though, is that if I hit future, I am able to go into the future, and I see that the next full moon is going to be on April 7th. It tells me. I click on April 7th, and now I also know that for my region, the next full moon on April 7th will be at 10:35 a.m. and it will be in Libra. Okay? So that's good information. So that's where I start. So now I know April 7th, 10:35 p.m. for my area, and it will be in Libra. Alright, so great. Now I know that. The next place I want to go to is my Astro Future app. Now this app I absolutely love. So I love this app. It will actually show you your natal birth chart. Now, in order to use this app, you're going to need to know your birthday, the time that you were born, and the place that you were born in order to get your natal birth chart in this app. Now, you can get your natal birth chart any place. You can get it on astro.com. I believe you can also get it on Cafe Astrology, and you still need to know your birthday, the time, and the place that you were born in order to print out your birth chart. This is my dog Honey's birth chart. So that's just what the planets look like the moment that she was born, okay? It's really simple, easy to read, and I love it. I really love it. There's a ton of information. If you scroll down, it kind of gives you tons of information about my dog according to her birth chart. So it's excellent information, and I love this app. I use this app all the time. So what I want to point out here is basically there's 3 pieces that are good to know. This is not necessarily what you need to do your intention work, but good things to know is where your sun is, where your moon is, and where your rising sign is. So I can tell you that my dog Honey, it looks like her sun sign is in Pisces, yes, and her moon sign, okay, so her moon sign is in Sagittarius, her sun sign is sitting inside Pisces, and her rising, now her rising is over here, it's within the first house, is kind of her rising sign. That looks like it's a Gemini. Okay, so that's good information to know just in general when you're looking at your chart. Those are usually the 3 things everybody wants to know, and you can look up more information about that. So the next full moon is going to be in Libra, and what you're going to want to know is what house is being ruled by Libra for you. Okay, so for my dog Honey, Libra, here it is. So Libra is the sign of Libra. Hold on, let me get closer. Her 5th house is starting inside the sign of Libra, which means her 5th house is ruled by Libra. So that's important to know. Alright, so that app is really great because even if you really can't read what house is being ruled by what sign, you can just scroll all the way down to the bottom and it tells you every house and what it's being ruled by. Now so when you do look at your natal chart, you'll notice that there are 12 sections. Those sections are called houses, and each of those houses is being ruled by a particular zodiac sign. That's what the sky looked like at the moment you were born. So that doesn't change. Your chart will always stay the way it looked the moment you were born. Okay? So every new moon, every full moon, and really at any time, the moon is sitting in a particular sign. So like I said, on April 7th is the next full moon. That full moon will be sitting inside Libra. So what you want to do is go to your natal chart and see what house is being ruled by Libra. Then that will show you what house is being affected during that particular full moon. Now for me, I don't mind sharing that my 10th house is ruled by Libra. Okay, so, and I figured that information out just by using the apps that I just showed you. Alright, so once I figure out what house is being ruled under the upcoming moon sign that I plan on working with, I turn to my books. And I've got a whole stack here of books that I work with. So this book right here is the first book that I grab when I'm ready to start figuring out how I want to work with the next moon energy coming up. Moonology by Yasmin Boland. So I love this book. It's an excellent book. It tells me right away, and I can give you an example of, okay, so full moon in Libra is what's coming up. Great, here it is. So kind of breaks things down for you. It lets me know that basically this energy is about relationships and partnerships, and so now I have an idea of where I want to focus my intention, focus on what the energy that's already being worked on in my life, and really try to go with the flow and work with that energy that's already being worked on. Gives me some information on how to work with that kind of energy. And then I also, hold on, can look up, Here it is, full moon. Here it is. And then it goes beyond that. I love this book. It lets me also know how to work with full moon energy inside of my 10th house. So not only does it tell me how I'm supposed to be working on full moon energy in Libra, but then it even tells me how to work with the energy inside each house. So it lets me know that the 10th house is actually my career zone, which is really interesting. So this is an excellent book to start to work with when you want to build your intention work based on the energy that's already presenting itself inside your life according to your birth chart. Okay, so this is a great book that I always start with. So the next book that I like to work with is again by Yasmin Boland. This is Astrology by Yasmin Boland. This is a great book to use too. It just kind of gives me more information about the signs, and I don't know, it's not bad. It's a great book if you want to kind of really dive into astrology. I mean, I don't know. I used to use this book a little more often than I do now, and that's because I got a different astrology book that I absolutely love. I mean, this book isn't bad. It's not a bad book. I mean, it's a basic book. I mean, it's just nothing wrong with it. But the book that I absolutely love to work with astrology is this book. This is one of my favorite astrology books right now, and it is by, here it is, by Carol Taylor. I think the cover is gorgeous, but I also think the cover is a limited edition, so if you find it somewhere and it doesn't look quite like that, it probably still is the same book. It's just a different cover. But I love this book too. So what I like to do is, so Libra energy is coming up, right? So what I like to do is get this astrology book out and find Libra. So here's Libra, and I love to just read up on the energy coming up. So this is a great book, and I absolutely love how everything is laid out in this book. It's beautifully laid out. Really, really easy to understand, really easy to grasp. I just love the way they lay it out here. So I'll read up on the energy of the zodiac sign the moon is going to be in, and then I move on to the house because I don't have everything memorized. And I love to read up on the house, and this is how they point out the houses. And this is the 10th house, and again, I'll just read up on the 10th house, and again, it is about careers, and that's exactly what I believe my Moonology book already told me, but this is a ton more information about the 10th house, so it's great to read. It also, so on this side of the book, it kind of talks about the house itself, explaining what the house stands for, and then this side of the book, it takes the time to tell you if you have a zodiac sign ruling this house, or if you have planets inside this house, what they could possibly mean. So it's an excellent book to kind of get a really good grasp of what's going on in your chart. So that's why I love this book so very much. It's an excellent book. If you're looking for astrology books that are easy to understand with a ton of information, this is one. This is a good one. So now that I have grabbed my books, my Moonology book and my astrology book, I really have a great idea of what the energy for this full moon in Libra means for me personally. I can see it means it's my career house. I can see that, you know, maybe I want to start to build intentions around my career then, right? Because it's my 10th house. So this is great information, so I can really personalize the use of this energy. So now that I've gone through my apps, I have figured out when the next full moon is. I know what zodiac sign the full moon is sitting in, and then I further found out through my apps what house is ruled by that particular sign according to my natal birth chart. I then went to my books and I figured out what that house even means, and maybe got some ideas of how to build intention work so that I'm able to build a personalized intention towards what I want to build in my life according to this upcoming full moon. Alright, so that's great information. So now what I want to do with that information is I like to really meditate and I like to journal. I do that closer to the full moon and closer inside of its energy, but at least now I know and have my mind kind of set on what I want to do with that energy, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to do moving closer to the full moon and the energy that will be present in my life during that time, I will start to get out my cards. So some decks that I like to work with, I love working with oracle decks, and of course I love to work with my tarot deck. So one deck that I love to work with is the Moonology, is my Moonology deck, and this deck is also by Yasmin Boland, and it looks just like her Moonology book. They really go hand in hand, and I love working with both of these when it comes closer to the moon energy that I'll be working with. And of course, always and forever, I like to work with my tarot deck. I really like to just get it out, also pull some cards and do some spreads to kind of figure out what that energy looks like for me. Okay, so those are a couple things that I'll do closer to that full moon energy. Now, on the night of the full moon, one thing that I definitely always love to do is make a candle. Make an intention candle, really honing in on what I want to build. Now, I will do my meditation. I will probably do some yoga too. I really feel like that really kind of connects me to the energy as well, or at least just loosens me up to really feel the energy. But I'll do some yoga, I will meditate, I will definitely journal, I kind of get those thoughts flowing. And then another thing that I always do is my candle. I love setting my intention candle. So beeswax candle, DIY craft set. It's a cute little thing, but every single full moon or new moon, I'm getting this little, and there's tons of colors in here. I'm just going to pull out this blue one. I get these little beeswax candles out. These cute little sheets. They're the tiniest little thing. I mean, nothing to them. They also come with some string to build my candle with. And what I will do is I will get out oils that I find called to use, and then I will also get out herbs that I find are relevant to the intention that I'm building. And what I will use, and my dog got to this book. This book is not that old, but my dog Honey got to it. So anyway, it is the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs by Scott Cunningham. And I'm sorry, the book is just completely torn apart, but you can at least see Scott Cunningham's name. But yes, so this book is a great book, and whatever intention that I build based on what I find in my natal chart, all the information that I find there, I will go through here and figure out what herbs are going to be a part, or at least represent the intentions that I'm building. So this is a great, excellent book to help me figure out what I want to do, and at least what herbs I want to incorporate into my intention work. So I'll get my herbs out, I'll get my oils out, and I will make my candle. And it's a tiny little candle, so it burns within, it completes burning within 10 minutes or so, and then, you know, it's done. And I have meditated, and I have I've even written out my petition. I like to do that as well, and just really kind of really get myself centered, and really the word I'm looking for is really try to get myself connected with the energy and connected with what it is that I want to bring into my life. Alright, so that's what I like to do. Another thing that I find really helpful because, you know, doing this work, I feel like we do this work alone, and sometimes I like the solitude of it all, and sometimes I want to feel more connected to other people. One thing I do also like to do is tune into Sage Goddess, and every new moon and every full moon on YouTube. Her name is Athena, and she is the CEO of her company, Sage Goddess, and it's a company that sells crystals. I buy crystals from her all the time, but I love to tune in every new moon and full moon, and she has a wonderful hour or so long ceremony that she will share with everyone for free, and it's great. I find it to be so enlightening. I find the information that she shares with us to be phenomenal. So I love listening to her, and I love tuning in now and then, not every time, but now and then when I feel like I want to be more connected, I will tune in to her channel. I think it's an excellent thing to do. The best thing about working with your natal chart is that there's 12 houses in your natal chart, and each of these houses represents a part of your life that is focused on every new moon and every full moon. Now, if you work with this energy all year long, by the time you get to the end of the year, you will have focus on every single part of your life. You have dived in, you have focused, you have really brought true thought and energy into every piece of your life, and you have cleaned out where things need to be cleaned out, and you have manifested where things needed to be manifested. So it really gives you the chance to truly look at your life on a continual basis, truly cleaning up and planting seeds every time and everywhere that it's needed. So that's why it's so great to really work with your natal chart every new moon and every full moon. That's how you're going to be able to manifest the things that you need to manifest. That's how you're going to be able to bring things into your life that you truly need to bring into your life. And that is the secret. And, well, like I said before, the real secret is you. You have to take the time and you have to put in the work in order to do this. But once you do it, it is phenomenal. You'll truly see progress. You'll truly see things start to work for you. And I really hope you can use this information every new moon and every full moon so that you truly manifest your heart's desires and beyond. Again, I hope this information was well laid out and easy to grasp. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I will be sure to answer them. Thanks so much for watching.